party up in my car. Woo woo! I'm gonna see if it'll work up here. There we go. Hey, hey! It is such a beautiful day. I'm so loving it. You know, my thought process to start the day was, you know, today is gonna be a great day. And I think that sometimes, regardless of what's going on, you just kind of have to have that mentality and that thought process that, you know what, today is going to be a good day, regardless of how crazy, regardless of how mad, you know. Believe me, my life is a little bit crazy. I have not stopped. So that is my thought process. But it is so gorgeous today. You can't hate on blue skies and 82-degree weather. Even though I'm running around, even though I'm running around like a mad person. But one of the things that works for me in building my business is helping my team. And unfortunately, because I spend so much time behind the wheel, one of the best ways for me to do that in helping my team, and then knowing that so many people on my team probably have the same question, is just going ahead and doing a Periscope and uploading this to my YouTube. So that you guys can all have access to it. But I got the question today from a new distributor who's just getting started. And basically their question is, okay, I'm starting to run out of leads. I need to get creative. What can I do? What do I need to do? So first of all, a lot of people get in this business because they want to make extra money, right? They question whether they can do it. They don't know if they know enough people, or if they're outgoing enough. You know what? None of that matters, because you can build your network. You can become more outgoing. And I have seen some of the most shy people, introverted people, who have become super successful in this business because they've put effort into it. So that's what I want to talk with you for a little bit today, is how to build your network. And the beautiful thing about this business, especially this company, is that there are so many different ways to build your business and to build your network, because not one way works for everybody. There's a lot of people right now who are building their business completely on social media. And that's wonderful, because a lot of people are stay-at-home moms, or they're single parents, and they just don't have the ability to get out there. And especially if you're at home, you're not interacting with as many people on a day-to-day basis. So social media is great for that. So let's go ahead and talk about building your network on social media. Instagram and Facebook are very different, so you need to watch training videos on specifically how to do that for each one. I know that there are a lot of training videos out there on Instagram and Facebook, so you need to go and look that up. I know for me personally, I have predominantly built my business with Facebook, whereas one of my team members has predominantly built their business with Instagram. So for me on Facebook, one of the recommendations that I am going to give you is to make sure you're adding people as a friend every single day. Now, ideally you want to find people that you already know, people that you're already acquaintances with. And the older that we get and the more busy that we get, ironically enough, our circle gets a little bit smaller. And I know that we can be small-minded and think, well, you know what, I don't really know that many people. This is my little circle of friends. But if you start to think about it, you really know a lot of people. If you have lived 20 years, you have met a lot of people along the way. And, you know, part of that is a testament of who you are as a person. Are you someone who is likable and magnetic? And if you're not, then that's something that you might want to consider working on, is, you know, being a kinder person, someone that you are generous and loving and kind, and those are just traits that you should be going after anyway. But so go back and think, and I love to give people the recommendation to start with your old yearbooks, whether it be college or high school, middle school, even elementary school. I know that I went to different elementary, middle, and high schools. because I lived in a lot of different places. So for me, I did not necessarily have contact with all of those people. None of them almost live in the same town that I live in. Actually, none of them from elementary, middle, and high school, maybe college. But so for me, getting out my old yearbook and starting to add those people. And so that's one tip. Another thing that you can do for acquaintances is, it's called a memory jogger. You can find it in your documents library in eSuite, and it will give you ideas of different people that you know that aren't in the forefront of your mind. So make sure if you're working on a hundreds list that you print that off. And so there's also with Facebook, there is the people that you know. I always am very proactive with that, and will go and look and see. I will go and look at their profile. Is this someone, first of all, that I want showing up on my Facebook feed? Second of all, is it someone who does not already have an It Works distributor as a friend? Because you do want to work your business with integrity, and I mean, obviously if you're friends with that person, then that's okay. But if you're just adding random people and building up your network with cold market, you don't want to add people who already have It Works distributors on as friends. Another thing that you can do, and this you've got to be very careful with, because there's two different ways to do it. Go and look at your friends' friends. And start adding people. Now, there's a couple ways, like I said, you got to be careful. The reason being is you can become spammy doing that, and you don't want to do that. But one of the reasons that you do that is because it will actually show you people that you probably know as well, because we do have a lot of mutual friends with people. So try to find people who are mutual friends. I do, every once in a while, I'll type in a random name, say Sarah. I'll type in Sarah, and I try to get outside of the area that I live. So I live in Cleveland, Tennessee. I might look for Chattanooga or Atlanta or Knoxville. Close enough to me, but not too far away. And so that way I am building my business and adding people that are outside of the community that I live in. Now, Instagram is not my forte, and there are all sorts of tips and tricks to adding people to your Instagram and following and unfollowing and the ratio there. And you need to go and watch an Instagram training for that, because that is not my forte. The other thing that you need to do is, hold on, I'm going to put my phone on silent for you. So you've gone in, you've looked at your yearbook, you've gone and you've looked at friends of friends to see if you have any mutual friends. This should be something that you're doing every single day, okay? You want to be adding people every single day, at least 10 to 20, and that's how you're going to build, because out of those 10, you might get 1 or 2. So try doing that. There are other ways on social media, as I know there's mommy groups. Find things that you're interested in. For me, I enjoy running, so maybe I'm gonna go find a running group. I'm a mom, but I just also had another baby, so I'm in mommy groups, and I'm in mommy groups for areas that aren't even my own, because it is going to broaden my my friends list, and I can find connections with people who aren't in my area. So that's how I pretty much work my Facebook. Anytime I meet somebody or I run into somebody that I know we're not on Facebook, I immediately try to add them right then. Oh, are we on Facebook? Or are we friends on Facebook? I'd love to keep track with you. And so that's important. Now, the other side of this business is what we call belly to belly. And that is when you're working your business with human interaction. So getting off of your phone, getting off of your computer, and meeting people. And this is where some people get a little bit scared, because not everybody feels comfortable with what we call blitzing. And really, I think people make it scarier than what it actually is. Think about, and I love how Joel Dunn, he says any type of money interaction that you have, that is something, and some time, and in that circumstance is the time that you need to blitz. So if you're getting gas, go inside and get your gas. If you are paying a bill, go inside and pay a bill. It gives you the opportunity to interact with people. I'm going to talk about how you blitz in just a second, but I'm trying to give you ideas on where to blitz. Now, first and foremost, blitzing involves blitz cards. So if you do not have them, your kit should have come with them. But this is a blitz card. This is the front and the back. This is what it is. This is what it does. I carry a pile with me in my purse. I carry them in my diaper bag. I carry them in my car. My husband has him in the car. I keep a catalog in the car. Of course, there's the car decals, and you'd be amazed that people do stop and do talk to you based on your decals. I've heard of several people who are driving down the road and their phone starts ringing. This has happened to me. Your phone starts ringing and somebody is wanting to know about that crazy wrap thing because you have the car window decal or you have the magnet. So those are all examples of things that you can do in that regard. But blitzing is not scary. It doesn't have to be scary. Blitzing is just you opening the doors of your business to people that you're talking to. Because our businesses are ourselves and not a storefront, we are our open sign. So anytime that you're talking about your business is open. So one of the things that I recommend is that obviously when you're buying something or checking out somewhere, that you do that. Another thing is, if you're like me, I can strike up a conversation with almost anybody. That is not the same for everybody. Not everybody feels comfortable doing that. But we all have conversations with people, whether it be standing in line somewhere or maybe you're shopping or whatever. And sometimes people will talk to you. Use that as an opportunity, and you don't have to be weird about it. All you have to say is, it was so nice to meet you. Let me give you a coupon. And that's what's so great about our Blitz cards, is they double as coupons, and everybody loves a coupon. So what you can say is, it was so nice to meet you. I'd love to give you one of my coupons. Have you ever heard of it? The key with blitzing and the key with building your network is not talking and throwing up on people too much. So when, say I met somebody and I gave them a Blitz card, and I would simply ask them, have you ever heard of this or tried it? And then I shut my mouth. Most people are responding in the last year. What I'm getting is most people are saying, oh yeah, I've heard of it. I've seen it on social media. I've seen it on Facebook. I've seen it on Instagram. My response to that is, oh yeah, well, that's because a lot of us actually are able to work our business from our phones, and it's, you know, and that's where I leave it. But I walk them through and I say, this is the wrap. It's site specific. It can go anywhere from the neck down, and if you flip it over, it shows what it does. So you're in control of that conversation. So when they flip it over, it shows the before and after results. Now this is where some people get really scared. You have to ask them if they want to try it. Okay? Is this something, you know, here's a coupon, would you be interested in trying one? And then from there you gauge, and I could have a whole nother Periscope on how to respond. In fact, if you're on my team, I have a whole kind of script for you, and if you want that, just let me know and I can get that for you. But basically, it's important for you to have that conversation and ask them the questions, okay? Are you interested? Have you ever heard of this? Do not throw up on them and say, oh my gosh, blah, 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 blah. It does this, it does that. It feels so good, blah, 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 blah. Because you're going to turn them off. One of the things I do say is I give them my own personal results. So if I see them sitting there and looking at it, and of course the one question that usually comes up is, well, does it really work? And I totally want to be a smart aleck and be like, well, the company's called It Works, right? My shirt says It Works. But I'm not going to do that, because that's not a positive way to meet somebody. Sarcasm is funny, but it's very off-putting. So one of the things that I do is I just say, I lost a full pant size with a full set. Maybe if you've not done that, you need to find out what your results are with a full set. Maybe you have your before and after pictures, and you can say, yeah, I actually just did one. Do you want to see my before and after? So I'm about to wrap this up, but I want to tell you, anytime you blitz, there's two things that you need to do. One, and this is where I start, try to get them on Facebook or Instagram, whatever your form of social media is that you use the most. Get them on there. Get them to send you a friend request. Okay, that is important. If they're not comfortable doing that, say, well, let me put you in my wrap drawing. I do a wrap drawing however often you want to do it, maybe a week, maybe a month, and then ask for a way to get in touch with them. So those are just a couple of ways that you can try to build your network. I will do another video on some other things that you can do, but that's going to be it for now. So hope you guys have a great day.